Amy, and you may be wondering, where have I been for the past month or so? I don't even know when. I know it's somewhere in the end of February that I last posted a video. So I thought I would give a little short update of what has been going on in the life of Amy. So before I dive into life update, I wanted to explain my reason and motivation behind why I am sharing what I'm about to share. And it's not to get any kind of sympathy or anything to make you feel sorry for me or anything like that. It's because I never want to pretend, even with the internet, even with people that I haven't physically met in real life. I see you guys as part of my community, part of my circle of friends, and I respect you guys, and I want to share a part of my life that has been impacted greatly and forever, and I didn't feel like I could continue to go on and talk about books without first stopping and talking about what has happened in the last month, because my life has drastically changed in the last month. So on February 21st, I get a phone call from my dad, and the moment I answer the phone, I know something is wrong, because he doesn't have his cheerful, same voice that he normally does. And he tells me that he had went to the doctor that day for some random pain that he'd been having for a while, and my mom was just basically like, go to the doctor and get it over with so you can stop complaining about it. And he comes out with the prognosis that he is a candidate for leukemia, and he is being sent to Denver to the great cancer institution at one of the Denver hospitals. And just in the matter of 2 minutes, my life changes. And I never even imagined life could change that quickly. And then it did. And I'm like, okay, so this is happening. Okay, so I was just like, okay, well maybe everything will come out and it'll be okay, and it's just some random reason. So on that Wednesday, on the 23rd or 22nd, whatever day that was, he goes in for all of his tests, and they do come back positive for acute myeloid leukemia. So my dad has cancer. Luckily, this is what the doctor says as the cancer, that if you're going to have cancer, you want this cancer. And so he goes the next day into chemotherapy. And it's just that quick. And I'm like, wow, we went from 0 to 1,000,000 in 3 days. And so I'm like, okay, well, we know we're fighting, so when you know what you're fighting, you can be victorious in it. And so it's like, okay, this is okay. We got this. We got this. And then the next Monday, on the 27th, I get a call from my dad telling me that my granddad, his dad, was in the ICU with pneumonia. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And so I call my brother and sister-in-law and tell them what's going on. And my brother and sister-in-law go and visit my granddad in the hospital, and they call me back. It's like, Amy, he seems fine. He's joking. He's joking about his view. He's like, oh, look at my beautiful view. And I'm like, oh, that's just granddad. You know, he's fine. And so I don't even call to talk to him and say hello. So like, my husband and I are going to be there in a week, so why do I need to call? I'll see him in a week. And then 2 days later, on March 1st, I get a phone call from my dad, and he can't even speak. And so I know that we lost my granddad. I was like, what? He was fine, just like 36 hours ago. And the crazy thing is that the week before, when my dad went to Denver, my granddad drove him the 5 hours over the mountain. And 7 days later, he's just gone. And so in 10 days, my dad gets diagnosed with leukemia, goes through chemotherapy, and we lose my granddad. And I just kind of lost all ability to really function. And I was like, I don't even know what life is anymore. And so somehow I make it through the next few days, and it's the day that we're leaving to go to Colorado. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to get on a plane to go to Colorado to see my sick dad in the hospital, knowing that my granddad's not going to be there. Because somehow in Texas, I'm like, if I just stay in Texas, all the stuff that's going on in Colorado isn't really going on. You know, I do get on the plane, and I do go, and I walk into the hospital room where my dad is, expecting to see, you know, the epitome of a sick person. And it's just my dad. In a hospital room, he looks just like my dad. Like he normally does. Maybe just a little paler. And I'm like, okay, it's gonna be okay. And even though, you know, it's hard, it was very hard going to a hospital every single day. It was very hard driving through Colorado traffic, let's just be honest. Denver traffic. It was good. And I spent a week with my husband in Colorado, and he had to go back to work because he's a teacher, has to go back to work. And then I spent the next 3 weeks by myself in Colorado. I was with my family, but without my husband. And, you know, cleaned my parents' house so it would have a semi-sterile environment for my dad to come into. And then a month after my dad was admitted into the hospital, he came home. And after his first week of chemotherapy, they did more tests and everything came back clear. Like, nothing. And so, great news, and so good. Then all my family came together, and even though it was under, you know, not the best of circumstances, it was just so good to be around family and to reminisce about my granddad and to, you know, talk about how funny he was and, you know, talk about all the stories and the things that he had done for us. And we got to celebrate his life on April 1st, and it was amazing to hear other people's stories about a man that was quiet but powerful. And it was a relief to get back on the plane to Texas on April 3rd, to come home and start the new normal, to figure out what does normal look like now. And the thing that I've learned the most throughout this past month is to never take the little mundane moments for granted, to really steer them into your brain, because those are the moments that when you look back on someone's life, you're going to want to remember. So that's where I've been for the past month, kind of digging myself out of this craziness that's been going on, but knowing that it's going to be okay, and my dad miraculously, and praise the Lord, is healing, and he's going to make a recovery. And, you know, even though my granddad is not here on earth, I know where he is. And yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for listening to a little life update, and remember to embrace the small moments. Those are the best moments. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye, guys.